And welcome back to the World Championship Series. It is the round of 16 for the Europe Premier League. Crowd have rejoined us. That's good. They were doing a Cologne wave in the break. It's like the Mexican wave, except that they look like the Dom, which is in the centre of Cologne. Funker's back with me. Rough time for Kevin in that last match. Really tough on him. Yeah. Just so close is why I think it's why it's more painful in many ways for him, because it wasn't like it was just a smash and grab and he lost 2-0 very easily. Had opportunities game one, I think. He could have turned that around, could have won.
He could have won. Game
two, arguably could have gone the other way as well, but he won. And then game three, it's kind of difficult to wrap up really without feeling, sad for him. I mean, great for Happy as well. He's just the model of consistency. He never gives up, does he? He doesn't know when he's beat.
Never give up. And going for something that crazy on game three, like pulling the SCVs, casters talked about it. Like, it's not the kind of move that you anticipate from a guy that is one game away from elimination. He goes for a SCV pull, even though he's ahead. That was quite questionable, I think, but it also shows like how much he wants it. Like, he wants to take the game right now. He's got the advantage and he wants to push it into a victory.
Yeah, okay. So Happy through. We'll see him in the next game. And he doesn't know who he's going to play yet, because our next match involves the winners game. So let's take a look at the bracket right now. Bunny and Miniraser, as you can see in the top half of the bracket. Maybe, as Apollo said earlier on in the commentary, maybe not the two players you thought would go into that upper bracket final, but Happy at the bottom, having defeated Harston, now awaits the loser of Bunny versus Miniraser. So let's start with Bunny. Ultra consistent in WCS, even looking back to 2013 actually.
Yeah.
Has appeared in 5 of the 6 Premier Leagues thus far, only missing out in Season 3 last year, where he dropped back to Challenger but immediately bounced back up. First at Gfinity in the summer, round of 16 at Toronto, which actually doesn't sound like a great deal. But it is. But at IEM Toronto, it actually was an achievement to get to the round of 16.
It was, yeah.
Because it was such a ridiculously stacked tournament. Round of 32, a little bit disappointing, Red Bull Detroit. Same with Home Story Cup, went out in the round of 32, and the same with DreamHack Summer. So when you look at his results internationally, it's been very inconsistent, but the Gfinity win stands out amongst all of that as the crown jewel for him this year.
Yeah.
And it's a mental thing. We heard him in the interview. Once you've won one, you know how to do it.
Exactly. Like that's the main thing about Bunny these days, is that he finally has that big victory, that big breakout, breakthrough, that shows that he can do it and he can do it again. So I think he was originally the favorite of the group, and right now going into against Miniraser, it's going to be tough, because Miniraser showed perfect games against Happy, but he goes against another caliber of Terrans.
Yeah, and before we get on to Miniraser, I mean, Bunny, no, it's okay. TVZ, 66% win rate overall. That's all time.
66
I mean, that's
is amazing.
Pretty damn good. And it's also his best matchup by far as well. So it's quite nice in terms of the way that he's set up for this game. Currently considered to be the second best European player behind Snoot. I'm not entirely sure I would agree with that, but it's arguable.
There's like four players,
right?
Like
I mean, Wellmu's in there,
Major, Wellmu, and
Scarlet,
and
Vortex. I mean, there's a few other players, not Europeans, obviously, but there's a few other players that are not Korean.
Yeah,
that are probably fighting around that same. But he's definitely in the mix, right?
Yeah, he is. He is definitely. And now that he won something like a big major event, he's even more there, if I can say. He's even more in the lead for
Alex, I'll
best
take
foreigner.
I'll take it.
Take it?
Absolutely, I'll take it. So the Terran probably starts favourite in this match, and I'm quite glad to say that you and I both predicted that Bunny would take this group, not Apollo or Swamps. just saying. I always get very lucky with these predictions. Last year's BlizzCon, for instance,
I remember.
Do you remember that?
That was crazy.
That was sick, wasn't it? I even predicted Duck over Innovation. Everyone said I was mad.
Yeah.
And I was.
You were kind of mad to say it, but it's okay.
Total luck. beginner's luck and fluke. Miniraser, on the other hand, terrific round of 32. Really can't give him any more credit than we've already given him. Snoot and Stardust both beaten. Heads up, Miniraser fantastic in round of 32. Comes into the round of 16 with no major expectations on him. No one expects him to win the group. No one expects him to qualify for the round of 8. It's his first time in the round of 16 as well. First time in the offline final. Pressure's off. Goes up against a formidable player who's got DreamHack history just, you know, a few days ago.
Yeah.
And absolutely terrorises the poor man. I mean, you heard his interview. I'm just going to build lots of units. I mean, he said he was joking a little bit, but only half joking, because he actually did just produce. You know, he lost so many Mutalisks in the first game, and he would have kind of like, oh, that's a bit worried. Nope, doesn't matter. No, I'm just going to blow that off, just going to build more, and just going to stomp all over my opponent. Can he do the same to Bunny?
As I said, I think it's going to be a little bit harder against Bunny, but he definitely can, I think, beat him in ZvT. His style is, like as you said, not really sexy or anything. Like, he just builds a lot of units, and he does it really well. And then he's got pretty good understanding on when he can push and just destroy his opponent. So if he can do it again against Bunny, I think he has like he has his chances.
Yeah, statistically overall, Ligulac has him as his second best matchup, ZvT.
Okay.
But on form, he's 62.5% win rates recently. So he seems to have got better, if anything, in ZvT. So that's good. In terms of searching through history and notable performances, like Bunny, there's not much that you can talk about for Miniraser, because he wasn't really around too much last year. I've actually remembered vaguely the ESET Masters that he did in 2012, where he was, I think, top 4, but I can't remember anything since. And when I went back into his history, and I found a 17th to 24th at MLG Anaheim this year.
And he actually did a really great run during Iron Squid 2, beating a lot of great players in ZvZ, mostly Korean players. So he doesn't have like the same history as any of the players in the round of 16. I think he has like the smallest of them all. But as you said, no pressure. Nobody expects him to go to the round of 8, and now is like he has to play a best of 3, and if he does win, he's through. And you can see it, like he was so happy that he killed Happy. I'm sorry about that. And now, like, just one best of 3, same matchup. You can do the same again, and you can do it. You can be round of 8.
If he reaches the round of 8, is that possibly the biggest surprise we've seen all year in WCS Europe?
Yeah, I said yes really quickly, but I stand with it. Yeah, this is the greatest thing that ever happened in WCS this year, I think.
All right, the maps were Nimbus, Merry-Go-Round, King Sejong Station. Any thoughts? Seems okay for both players.
It is quite okay. I don't have anything particular.
Right, okay, time to put your money on one of these players. You've got to bet the house now. Where's it going?
Bunny. I will say Bunny.
Okay.
I predicted 2 players already, and both of them lost. So I don't feel comfortable with saying it, but you know. Artus is cursed, anyone? You know?
Yeah, the Funka curse has been placed on Bunny. It's time to find out who goes through as the first member of the round of 8 for WCS Europe Season 3 Premier League. Let's find out with our commentary team, Apollo and Haswabs.
Thank you very much, boys, once again, and welcome to the casting desk for the 4th game of the evening. Which player is going to go through in first place? That's what we are here to find out. Bunny versus Miniraser. We've seen Bunny play a good starting game today. We've seen Miniraser start today with fireworks, with a 2-0 versus Happy, a beautifully played out series. But we spoke about it already a little bit in the break. As much as Miniraser played as well as he did, this is going to be a similar, but at the same time, very different match. Bunny's simply going to have a little bit more stuff.
Yeah, I think it was also a big part that Happy didn't play that good in that series. He also said that in the winner interview that he would love to have a rematch against Miniraser, because he said he did some mistakes and that he would love to play him against.
I think a second coming would bode well for Happy.
Yeah. And for Miniraser, he told me he's going to fall over the group just in the break. And he's still confident, but as we all said, it's going to be a very different story against someone like Bunny.
Yeah, Bunny is so calculated. He doesn't really make that many mistakes in this matchup. He's got a fantastic set of when to build things at the right time and where should I be at all points in the game. And it's just very, as I said before, calculated. Funny enough, they've never played each other before in a tournament setting. But this one, and actually we talked about it as well before, as cool as these stats are and as good as he is, 71% versus Zerg, Bunny's currently on a 16-game winning streak versus non-Koreans, which extends over 9 weeks worth of games. And in the entire of 2014 is 85% against non-Koreans. A massive, massive stat, I feel that is.
Yeah, that's it's very insane. That speaks even more than the high win percentage against Zerg, that he's so consistent against foreigners. And when he's losing to Koreans, it's most of the time the very good ones.
Yeah, and according to Aliguak, you know, I'm not sure if I agree with this. He's the #1 non-Korean right now. Of course, Snoot's up there for sure, but Bunny, man, he's on fire recently. Miniraser, though, came into today's group like he did in the round of 32 as the underdog of both groups, yet beat Stardust, the reigning champion, yet beat Snoot, that #1 non-Korean player. And today has beaten Happy and then include his challenger run. He got the game versus the Muslim as well. He's had a fantastic run, one of the better runs that we've seen in WCS from a player of his caliber.
Definitely, and he said that he basically only practiced at TVZ. So in case he's, well, when he's winning here, he's through, right? But if he's losing, he's going to meet Happy again, another Terran. So he's going to play TVZ for sure, and he seems like he's not too happy with the chair right now. So maybe they have to switch chairs.
He's like, yo, let's swap, man, let's swap. I played over there and I felt really good before.
Yeah.
But
I even know what he means.
The chair rocks backwards.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe they can fix it. Maybe they can't. So okay,
oh, that's good now. Yep. Press the button, it's all good.
Easy.
Easy, yeah.
Easy fix.
Confidence oozing from this guy. He's had a great run so far, as mentioned. But he is going up against a very difficult opponent now in the likes of Liquid Bunny. And Liquid Bunny has a good set of tools on his side. And I think that's one of his strengths as well, is he has the capability to play any style, whether it be from the simple 2 barracks to hellbat timings to just standardized play. He has everything at his disposal here that does, or disposal, sorry, that just makes him a very difficult opponent.
Yeah, his mechanics, his micro, his macro, basically he's a very well-rounded player, I would say. You don't find any crucial mistakes when he's playing. You don't see too many things you can exploit.
And for me, when watching Bunny develop over the last 6-12 months, his Terran vs Zerg has always stood out to be one of the best. I don't know if you've seen that as often, but I mean, I was studying this guy, and I've actually had the pleasure to be able to speak with him and understand the thought process. And it's just very scripted on what he's going to do, doesn't make mistakes, and just executes it. And as we saw earlier, it is okay under pressure. And, you know, his crisis management is good, and is just a very good all-round player. But Miniraser has momentum. He's got a lot of confidence right now, and maybe strikes a bit of fear into Bunny. I guess we'll have to find out as this series is ready. It is the winner's series of Group A. The player, or one of these players, will advance through in first place and make a quarter-final finish in the WCS, at least a top 8 performance. Up here, to the top left-hand side, is the red Zerg player. Playing for Team Fnatic, it's Miniraser. A huge up-and-coming star in the European scene, just 19 years of age, the youngest player in the top 16 so far this season. And down here to the bottom left-hand side, a player who's been gaining so much traction over the last few months with other and different tournament results. It is the blue Terran player, it's Liquid Bunny. Had a great run in the Intel Extreme Masters Toronto a good couple of weeks back, making it out the open bracket full of Korean players. Not many people thought he would be able to do so, taking down Oz. And what was the other player we talked about? It was Oz and...
I can't remember either, but he won against Polt in the group stage and lost to Teja and Cest, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think he may have beat Polt in the open bracket, actually.
Ah, yeah, that could be. No, it was Huck.
Just Oz.
Yeah,
Oz and Huck.
Yeah, Huck was the winner round match. I saw that one.
And then beat Polt, but lost versus Tasia and Zest. Can you blame him?
Not at all.
But yeah, I just got to repeat that again. That stat, 16-0 versus non-Koreans in best of series over the last 9 weeks. The last person he lost to was Nurchio.
Oh my God, Arthur Bloch.
Arthur Bloch. Nurchio.
A very good player as well, so it doesn't surprise me. And I wonder if we will see something more aggressive of Miniraser on the first map on Nimbus here, because he was playing very standard.
Yeah, it's such a great point to bring up.
like kind of standard, right?
Well,
That was
he practiced a lot of non-standard builds, but he never got to show them. So
yeah. So let's see and find out. I mean, Nimbus is. I don't think it's the best map to be super aggressive against the Terran unless they play very, very greedy. But Bunny is not the guy who's going too greedy, I believe. He's always trying to be a little bit safe as well, and yeah, he's not trying to overdo it.
Bunny's going to take the fight with the Reapers here. Single Reaper on the way, second one as well. As we've seen the SCV saw the lack of gas, so he's going to continue to be or continue this pressure.
Yeah.
See what he can get done.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, once the Queen is out, the Reaper can't do too much anymore. But the Zerglings.
Oh my!
He's actually. Oh, wow!
Well, he almost got a surround, and then he almost got the drone.
And he saved the drone with a Spore Crawler. He's saving the second one. The third one will fall, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So one drone pick off. That's nice. Maybe a second one.
Yeah, 2 drones in the hiding currently. He's waiting for that Spore Crawler to pop.
Yeah, he got the second drone, so
good start here.
Definitely. And the second Reaper is joining. Few drones are still injured, but the Queen is out right now, so I don't think he will pick off any other or any additional drones.
Straight up, straight out. Swing around, maybe get some damage on the Lings. It's a lot of harassment,
it's cute
from these 2 Reapers.
Yeah, I think that's pretty funny in TVZ. Like, they both don't do really, they don't deal damage, at least too much. I mean, picking off 2 drones is pretty good. That's more than you usually do. But it's always looking funny.
Yeah, maybe... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know if Miniraser is thinking the same thing, but for me watching this already, I'm just feeling a difference between Happy and Bunny. Just the micro and the usage of these Reapers.
Yeah.
With, you know, threatening so many drone kills and link kills already. It just feels like a more difficult opponent instantly.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you definitely feel the difference right away. Losing 2 drones, a few Zerglings, the Reapers are still around, and behind this a 3rd CC, so very straight up. Stimpack is on the way, so exactly playing how Terran should be played right now. 2 first Hellions, and of course the creep spread will be will be pushed back for a while.
And fast layer coming out
Once again
from Miniraser.
Do you think it will be Mutas again? And if so, do you think he will avoid the supply block?
I think he will avoid the supply block if 50 meters. Going for this fast layer. Well, I say that it could be, but there's a Roach Warren coming down, and now I'm starting to go back to the point that I brought up before, that you brought up as well, is that he had a lot of builds planned here, and with a Roach Warren coming down, he will get Roach speed from this, obviously. So what does this really mean?
He did it against Happy on Overgrowth, but never really utilized it at all. He didn't build a single Roach, he was just Mutaling, Baneling, and won the game with that. So maybe this is the 3rd guess is, by the way, been taken for Miniraser.
Bunny just, you know, without seeing a 3rd hatchery down and seeing that obviously Miniraser used a similar style earlier, has decided to get extra barracks before engineering base. I think is very smart to get extra units rather than upgrades here, and he's got this Reaper in, and he's going to spot the layer, but what more does he really see here? The drones come off the line to try and deny the scout, but he sees the Roach Warren there, a great pickup, and he has a look around this back because sees no Queens at all, and even the drones come off the line to chase the Reaper once again. He's going to find a Queen on this flank as well. Yeah,
this is starting very good for Bunny. 10 roaches on the way with speed. Zergling speed as well.
Yeah, is this a Baneling nest going to be played as well? It's 3 gases. Is Roach Baneling all in here, or 10 roaches to put pressure on, then fall back on a it's 14 roaches.
I have no idea what's going on.
This is huge, obviously. No evolution chambers, no 3rd base as of yet. And
whatever that is, I don't think it can break Bunny. And his 3rd and the drone production is very delayed. He's on 39 drones.
It's so
what is this?
Low. This is just an all-in here. This is just a 2-base roach speed all-in.
But can that work? Does it work?
Well, we're about to find out because they're sneaking around this left-hand side right now, and Bunny hasn't seen anything. He's got no bunkies. He's building turrets.
Oh my God.
Maybe expecting the Roach Warren to be more of a safety precaution, and he's actually going for that Spire. This could work.
He's running around. That's so funny.
7 more roaches here.
The Hellions are coming back, so maybe they will see the roaches. That would be extremely important.
Oh, he still doesn't see it. He sees 1 roach or 2 roaches now. Now he's got to start to think about what the hell is going on.
Now he sees it. Okay, he knows exactly what is coming. But speed is almost finished. There's no bunker.
Bunker's so late on this, and Miniraser has definitely tricked his opponent now, despite seeing the roach warren.
And the Widow Mine had a shot on the Overlord, which is now an Overseer, so it doesn't have a second charge.
And there is Stim trying to fight into this. SCVs are going to come off the line. There is the second charge on the Overseer. Roaches get surrounded here. Is this going to work? All these roaches are getting surrounded. There's 20 roaches on the field with 7 more on the way, but Bunny holds on to his high ground. Medivacs are on the way. There's another Widow Mine south of that barracks as well.
Good shot from the Widow Mine. And Marine DPS is very high. Stimpack was ready, and the first 2 Medivacs are there. I don't think Miniraser can break him.
No, Combat Shield's on the way now. He's running out of time with Medivacs coming out and more units coming through. He's going to bust through this area. He's broken down the reactor. He's going to run past that Widow Mine. The Marines are pretty low, and there's a lot of roaches still coming as well. He's going to get up close. We don't see any upgrades on these Marines, but SCVs come off the buffer one more time.
If Combat Shield finishes, I'm pretty sure Bunny can defend this. But
all you've got to do is defend it.
Yeah. But for now, Miniraser maybe has a small chance because their units were pretty injured, but no, not anymore. Another Stimpack has been used, and this position is very good for Bunny.
He's holding this high ground beautifully here. Another Widow Mine pops out. Baneling Nest coming down as well. 1-1 about to complete, and despite the trick and the movement around the left-hand side, Bunny is okay. He scans the third base and says, woohoo!
Yeah, only 38 drones. Just now he built a few more, so he's on 42.
Yeah.
This is so low for the Zerg player. It's crazy, and he did kill a few SCVs, 12 overall, but that's not the number he needed.
No. With 2-2 on the way now, Hellbat's thrown into the mix. This is obviously a bad situation here for Miniraser.
Oh my god.
A good attempt here, and he got the best possible scenario here. It was seen so last minute, but he wasn't able to break through there. Widow Mines in the tunneled area. He's going to go for another attack. He knows that with no evolution chambers, no upgrade. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, 2-2 is on the way, as you mentioned. Whenever that finishes, it's GG.
Yeah, it's GG. One Minivac is going to go harass at the same time here, so this is a 100% all-in move now for Miniraser. It is all or nothing on map number 1. He's going to charge in. The 2 Widow Mines have been spotted here.
They have to be triggered with the roaches, or maybe the Zerglings.
Well, here we go. The Widow Mines, not the best of fits there over together, and the Banelings get close.
But good focus fire there. There are still a few Banelings in the mix. Very good focus fire by Bunny. Wow.
Fantastic micro here. He's got to get rid of those Banelings. And he's doing okay so far. The drop is on the third base. He's going to be able to destroy a lot of that. And the Banelings get really close into the SCVs, and that's a good detonation, but he needs to get rid of the army.
Yeah, that's not helping.
So much SCVs at this point. He floods into the main base. One Widow Mine gets surrounded. It doesn't detonate here. And Bunny lifts up everything there, and he's going to plot it into the main base.
Oh, but the Banelings got some connections to the Marines.
But there's no Banelings left now. It's back to Roach and Lings here. 1-1 upgrades on these Marine Marauders. All Bunny's got to do is hold, so he pulls his SCVs, which aren't getting in there immediately. There is a lot of Roaches here, but likewise a lot of Marauders and Marines. And is Miniraser going to do it? I don't think he is. I think this hold is going to be strong for
and his
Bunny.
main base is dying at the same time. The drop is still going on while Bunny is defending at home. He killed almost every single drone, I believe. Or maybe they have been evacuated.
Yeah, he's killed a lot here.
Yeah, 15 drones. And you keep in mind, he was only on 42 drones, so killing 15 is quite a lot.
And that Medivac just harassing all the time. There's nothing to stop it at this point. Bunny's going to get towards 2-2. He's going to get reworking on that third base with the mules and extra SCV production. And from this point on, Miniraser tried it against 1-1. If he tries it against 2-2, it's, I mean, minimal chances of success here.
A big drop coming to the third base, even with a few SCVs in there.
Why not?
He loaded up everything he had. He's going to get the hatchery.
Third hatch is done, and Miniraser is going to go for one final bust here, but there is Widow Mines in position. There's a lot of Marines and Marauders around as well. One final attempt here from the Swedes against the Dane here. The Widow Mines get a great starting hit here. An average second one, I suppose. But here comes the Stim. Baneling down, and throughout the game here, fantastic control on hitting those Banelings, and the Roaches are going to get cleaned up. GG.
GG.
Bunny takes map number 1 there, holds on versus the wave of aggression.
No 4-0 for you, Miniraser.
Nope, 4-1 still possible.
Yeah. Yeah, well defended by Bunny. I mean, not much else to say, right? He saw it very, very late and still hold on.
Yeah.
rather easy, I would say. Of course, he lost a lot of SCVs, but
yeah,
that's not the point. You have to kill the Terran or kill like every single SCV.
Yeah. Harston's back on his feet now, having a couple of words. It's good to see he's picked himself up to help his teammate here and hopefully advancing through. But a plan from the get-go there for Miniraser. But unfortunately, Bunny, again, like earlier today, despite not knowing what's going on, he still manages to hold the all-in.
Yeah, it's just very, very solid play by him. And then when it comes to crisis management, I think he does a very good job.
Yeah, it's... I don't know whether he's played against these type of attacks hundreds of times where he just knows what to do, or if it's just an attribute that he has that he can just say, whatever, man, it's fine, I'm cool, it's ready, I know what to do. And now he's just a single game away from advancing through here in first place. Miniraser is going to hop, skip, and jump to the little boy's room for a second before he prepares for this next one. Maybe thinking about what to do. The next map is going to be merry-go-round, and Terran players do like this map. The longer it goes on, the more difficult it is for the Zerg to be taking his further expansions. Of course, once Terran start to control the middle of the map, it becomes a lot easier for them to do so. But I guess we'll see how this is going to shape up. What are your thoughts for this next one?
Merry-go, I would say that Miniraser probably has another build in his pocket and is trying to be aggressive once again, because as you mentioned, the later the game goes, the better it is for Terran. What was the third map, by the way? Do you have it?
Yes, I do. Do not worry. I wrote it down. King Sejong Station.
It's a very solid map, I believe, for both, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Merry-go is definitely pretty hard for Miniraser. I believe he was expecting a bit more from his Roach attack on Nimbus, but didn't really work out. I mean, on Merry-go, I know that you can play Roach Hydra with like the 2-2 timing.
Yes.
Violet did it from time to time.
Yes.
We did see Tefel obviously doing it, and a few more Zergs.
Yep. Still a popular strategy to use.
Because the third base is so wide open, so it's pretty hard for the Terran to defend it.
And if they try to put tanks on the high ground, there's parts of the third still exposed. If they're all on the low ground, then they're going to get overrun. Could be a strategy here that he wants to pull out, but after the way that he played versus Happy, Miniraser that is, surely he doesn't necessarily need to rely on these type of tactics, which, if unknown about, can be easier stopped compared to where if you just play a normal game, then, you know, it's up to him, and it's up, you know, it becomes more of a straight-up fight, which I don't think he needs to rely on gimmicks per se. Oh,
that's true. His normal game looked very strong in the first best of 3. Decent creep spread. Good army control. His macro was pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah.
He was on time on the upgrades all the time and didn't miss a beat there. So he could try it, but if he tries and it doesn't work, I mean, then he has to play the decider game, right?
Yes, he does. Multiple Terran opportunities, but of course a very angered Russian Terran waiting in that decider game. But we'll see how that one plays out. Happy doesn't really want to go up against Bunny if Miniraser was to escape through this. He said that, you know, Terran vs. Terran is not his best. Despite it not being Bunny's best either, it can be a tricky matchup. But he's waiting for Miniraser to drop down, and so he can try his revenge game. But it seems like Miniraser is back, and he's going to make his way to the playing area and continue on with this series. But I wonder what, you know, he was with Harston then. What was said? What did Harston say? Maybe they didn't really talk about the game and were thinking about what they can eat later.
No, they will probably... I think Miniraser told him his idea of what he wants to play.
Yeah. And then he said if it's a good idea or not.
Says, I mean, he doesn't have too much insight of TVZ either, but he will say, like, either that sounds good or no, that's not going to work against Bunny at all, unless you feel like super confident doing that. Sometimes you just have a feeling. I mean, it's not too much Harston can tell him, I guess, because we are not a, or he is not a Zerg or a Terran player, but a few things you always see, and you always see some kind of mistakes. I mean, the Nimbus game, there's not much to say about. It just didn't work. And I don't even know if it can work, to be honest. I guess it can, otherwise he wouldn't have played it, but it didn't seem like a super good all-in, to me at least.
Okie doke. Map number 2. Up here to the right-hand side of merry-go-round is the red Zerg player playing for Team Fnatic. It's, of course, Miniraser. His very first appearance here in the round of 16. And a good run so far this season. Over here to the top left is the blue Terran on merry-go-rounds. Playing for Team Liquid, it's Bunny.
I wonder if we will see some kind of Hellbat openings from Bunny. If he's going to be aggressive with Hellbats.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Because when Paul was playing against Violet at the Battlegrounds on Catalina, he was going for a Hellbat attack and it worked out very well. I guess it was just because Violet wasn't really prepared, but it seemed like a very strong build with Stimpack and Marauders. But as far as I know, it's a pretty all-in-ish build. You either deal a lot of damage or you can GG.
In Terran versus Zerg, over the last month or two, obviously there's been a lot of more aggressive openings. I think Flash really kickstarted the most popular, which was the Marine and Hellion attack into Hellbats as well.
Yeah.
And I think it was so popular and so successful because Zergs were just not used to playing against it. But now they've played against it a lot more. They're able to defend a lot easier. They get the Balian Nest down a lot faster, potentially Ro16 as well.
Yeah.
So it has dropped off a little bit again, but definitely still an option for sure. It capitalizes on any greedy Zerg play, naturally. But gas first here for Miniraser. This is the first time that he's done this all day. He has taken gases, but not before the spawning pool. This will allow him for 100 gas immediately as soon as the spawning pool is finished.
Yeah, very quick speed. And then we have to see if he continues to mine gas. If he does...
Yeah, we know what's coming.
Yeah, we know it's either going to be roaches or banelings. Maybe even both. I think both is possible. You probably have to take a second guess for that. And... yeah, we will find out. And the big question for Bunny is... like scouting the gas.
Right, yeah.
With a Reaper. Can you see the gas? And if so, can you see if it's continued to mines or not?
I mean, just a very simple Ling Flood, if not prepared for, can run over the natural
That's
quite
a good
early
point,
on.
actually. And I think I mentioned it earlier in the cast. That was Miniraser's builds for the round of 32 in ZvZ, though.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a possibility. If the Terran is not aware at all, then the natural could be gone if like 15 or 20 Zerglings run in.
Yeah.
You lose every single SCV and you have to lift off.
Yeah, and then at that point you may only have 2 Hellions, but by that time you're losing a lot. Could be even losing the Hellions if you make a mistake. We'll see though, as Miniraser is so far kind of hidden away from the fact that he's got Zergling speed. As the Reaper went, went to the south, there was no SCV scout to assist in the scouting here, at least the duration of this. Nice dance here from Bunny going for that drone.
Oh, good job there by Miniraser, and also very good job by Bunny. Almost getting the drone, even though there were Zerglings and the Queen out already.
And
he wants the
push
drone.
back, so the gas has gone unscouted here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's going to commit to anything at this point, as the Zergling speed nose closer. But we do have Bunny with a starport.
So is it going to be
moving over?
Is it going to be Banshees?
Lings being built here. This is not normal. These 4 Lings, 8 Lings.
Oh, he's supply block. That's why he only 12
Lings.
12.
So he is going to flood.
Was a very good call by you.
Oh,
like a perfect one, actually. And that fits.
I got to get one right every 100 cast.
No.
Ro16 2.
Huh. Okay. And that fits so well to Miniraser's style, I have to say. You shouldn't lose the Overlord.
Yeah, that's
good pick off for Bunny.
Yeah. But how well will this really do? There's no bunker. There's 2 Hellions. There's a Medivac on the way as well, with these Marines that have been added in.
If he can surround the Hellions straight away.
Oh, he comes in and the 2 Hellions are going to get slammed against the wall here. And I can't believe it. The Marines from the high ground do come down to support, but 2 Hellions are gone. 3rd one being attacked as well. But in loss of every single Zergling there.
Very good by Bunny. The Marines on the high ground did so much DPS.
And now what is the follow-up? 5 Roaches. Remember that Zergling speed is here to back it up, and Miniraser is going to put his tournament life on the line here with this type of attack. We wondered if he was going to do it or not, whether he would play a straight-up series. 8 Roaches are on the way. Bunny has got a drop, which means the Roaches have 2 decisions, 2 choices. You either stop what you're doing and defend, or you go over the other side and attack.
You have to go. You have to defend with the Queens and Zerglings that are popping. If the Roaches stay at home, he loses the game for sure, I think.
There's Banshee potentials on the way. The Roaches have been spotted in the middle of the map. There's Banshees. He cancels Cloak. He knows. Just get the Banshees to stop this, and he's into the round of 8 for the very first time in his entire career, surprisingly. And here comes the drop inside the main base, chased away by a couple of drones and Lings on the other side of the map. Bunker, 5 Hellions, Banshees. Can he seriously break this? Baleen Nest comes in a little bit late.
I don't think... I don't see Bunny dying to this, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Miniraser has to try.
Supply depot. It's obviously not very nice to have that down, but maybe that was a bait of the Lings to come in. I don't know, but the Lings get crucified immediately, and a lot more Hellions. A Banshees seconds away from popping out. Roaches do get in here, but it's just survive. That's all you've got to do at this point, unless you lose almost every single SCV.
I mean, Hellions are very bad against Roaches, DPS-wise. Yeah, like, you can't really kill the Roaches, but with the Banshee, and the depot was... lowered again, so he gets in once more.
Got a lot of splash damage on these Roaches filtering through that supply depot area.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hellions and Banshees together as one. No SCVs have gone down. The wall has been rebuilt, by the way, at the front there. And more Hellions and more Banshees on the way. Yeah,
the Roaches, it's still enough to one-shot SCVs. Miniraser should control his Roaches there. The Hellions.
He's got to control these Hellions, must not let them go down. Every single Roach is almost dead inside the main base. SCVs come off, and the Hellions actually filter through around the SCVs here, get some extra shots in as 4 of them survive, and even hugging the mineral line as well to really keep the Lings away. But the defense
lost a lot,
is there, but yeah, the defense...
Is it enough?
20 SCVs difference.
Does he have a third CC? He has, right? There's one in the natural. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the Terran is still okay.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen a player, a godlike player, come back from 3 SCVs also against Tefl in the original season of WCS, man.
And in the very, very old days, I saw Lucifron against Dmaga, and Lucifron had 0 SCVs when he came back. I mean, that's very, very long time ago.
It's almost unheard of.
Things are possible.
Third base is a goner, though. 2 Banshees, you're not keeping that third base. So it's going to be 2 base Zerg, unless he lets this keep alive. He's running to the main base here. Can he get some damage done with these the Banshees?
This position. Jesus Christ.
In between
Bunny
the
is
2
genius.
Yeah,
how is it even possible? Like, in StarCraft 2, it's very hard to judge the detection range of either turrets, spores, and cannons, because it's way bigger than the shooting range. And
he's killed off 2-3 queens here.
Now he can fly to the mineral line.
The lair is done. Overseer on the way here, but damage is being extracted from these units. And the comeback is a real thing here.
Yeah, Bunny plays extremely well right now. He's taking so many drones. He has to fly away, though.
Cast a curse!
I'm sorry, Bunny. Oh my god.
1 Banshee will escape here, but 3 CCs down, the recovery's in. 36 SCVs to 37 drones. Only thing missing at this point is the engineering base. The wall is up and nothing's okay, but he let the third stay alive there. Did deal damage to the drones and queens instead.
That he lets the third alive. Maybe the Hellions should have drive to the third, start to tickle it a bit, and then when the Banshees can't deal damage anymore, they fly over. But yeah, he decided this is the better choice, and I wouldn't disagree right now. The Spire's on the way, Baneling speed as well, 4 more drones. What is the drone count?
46 to 43. A scan from Bunny inside the main base sees the Spire on the way now. Interestingly though, no evolution chambers. The engineering base have just finished up. Do get a drone or kill there for a Banshee, but of course, the longer the game goes on with the engineering base in, the better it naturally becomes for Bunny because he's able to take those better fights. Is this another follow-up attack potentially coming out from Miniraser? Does he just want to surge out Mutalisk at first and then go to upgrades next?
That's a good question. I guess we will find out.
He's sunk all his gas into these Mutalisks.
Yeah. He wants to get rid of the Banshees as well. They are very annoying. And Bunny, he built 4 Banshees overall, I think. He lost 2 of them by now. Yeah. So that's a pretty big commitment. Of course, he did a lot of damage. And they actually made him survive. Well,
the Mutalisks are going to kill these Banshees off now. They've got a lot of kills, but it's time to exit this game. Sorry, boys.
Still 2 more drones going down. Beautiful focus fire there by Bunny. A bit sloppy by Miniraser not to pull the drones, but...
12 extra Lings.
2 more drones, 2 Mutas. It's not 100% consistent what he tries to build here.
Well, just no upgrades. I mean, you're in trouble. If these 1-1 upgrades finish, they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah, you have to go, I guess.
But Baneling speed is done, so I imagine he's just going to morph a bunch of Banelings and try to break this third down. Here comes the morph, 12 Banelings to the bottom left-hand side here. 14. Currently, no bunkers out here. It's just a handful of units. Widow Mines are starting to come into play. Combat Shield seconds away from finishing.
How many medevacs do we have? It's 3, 4, I believe. And
Here we go. If these Marines get blown up here, Hazuabs.
He can pick them up, but
the medivacs are low. The Mulas can jump on top of him here.
That's absolutely right.
Ooh,
he doesn't know it's coming.
He doesn't know it's coming. Oh, the Banelings are going to try and get in. Is he going to try and lift up and get out of there? He lifts up, but Miniraser brings down the medivac full of Marines. The third is absolutely ransacked here. And the natural is next. The supply depots are down, and the links flood in. And Bunny, who stopped the first attack in this game, is he going to stop the next one? Because this is a flood of the swarm, and everything is down here. There's no units left.
No, the depots are getting killed, so the wall is open. He saved his third CC. 100 supply against 65. All the SCVs in the natural are clumped there because the wall is down. Okay, they are able to escape.
1-1 upgrades for Bunny, but does he have enough army supply? It's double currently for Miniraser. He breaks down the supply depot wall, and it is free entry from here on out. I think we're going to see another big morphin come in, and then another round of attack. There's 2 Widow Mines, though. 2 Widow Mines. If they get the detonations...
Yeah, you're right. They can make the difference.
18 Banelings.
And it's not enough mutas to one-shot the Widow Mine, I believe.
The Overseer takes it for the team.
So smart by...
What a hero.
By Miniraser, sacrificing the Overseer. He does have another one, so he will be able to snipe the mines.
All right, here we go. Spread like you've never spread before, Bunny, because the Banelings are coming in. And I don't think they're going to be stopped, to be honest. A huge amount of Zerglings, Banelings, and Musalisk. And a good wraparound, a good spread as well from Bunny.
Wow.
But very good defense there.
Still alive, yeah.
But
another...
more Banelings coming in.
Can you get the medivacs, though? Yeah, the first one is going down. The second one is being focused.
More and more Zerglings coming in here. The numbers in favor of Miniraser. Okay. And now the SCVs on natural are gone. GG is called. It is enough.
Wow.
And Miniraser on the brink of elimination here.
That was a confusing game for me. And I think for Bunny as well. He didn't expect it at all. He didn't expect the Banelings, like the speed Baneling attack at all, right?
Yeah.
Because given the army movement at the third, like he had no idea what was coming.
No. And at that point, you leave the third man. You go hide behind the natural wall, but...
He tried, but the Mutas got one medevac with 8 Marines. All the SCVs died.
And clinical strike there, that second one, and it really was a all or nothing. And for the second time today, Bunny thrown on the ropes here, as both Fnatic boys here have been able to equalize the series in game number 2. And we'll see how game number 3 is going to go, because Mini has asked for a minute. Admin said you've had a lot of minutes today. You're only having one this time.
You got 1 minute.
You've got 1 minute to think about what you're going to do.
No toilet break. No selfies.
No selfies here. You two, pack it in, behave. You've got 1 minute. And he's going to stretch that 1 minute for as long as he can. Let's think about this then. King Sejong Station, third map here, isn't a massive all-in map. Does Bunny want to play, cautiously? Does he go Hellion Banshee off the bat here, more so than a Medivac drop?
Good question. I think on King Sejong, the natural ramp is rather big, right? So maybe I think Miniraser is going to be very aggressive once again, but I guess they just tailored the plan. Hastem and Miniraser talking about the build order.
Yeah.
He's getting his water, he didn't have to take it.
Oh, you got given it immediately. He's like, I'm going to get water. He's like, no, you are not. Here's a bottle of water. You sit right there.
Yeah. You have 1 minute and that's it. Okay, so...
All right, a very important third game coming up for this 19-year-old now. First time in the round of 16 and could shoot straight into the round of 8 with a victory here. Would, of course, avoid playing against Happy, the player waiting to actually play against Miniraser in hope that Bunny goes through in first place. And Bunny put to the test for the second time today. So despite his awesome record versus non-Koreans and this 9-week domination streak, he's in the third game twice.
Yeah, he is. But I have to say, overall, he looks very, very solid. I mean, the game on Merry-Go, it was looking okay for him, but he just got caught off guard. I believe after the very first Roach attack, he didn't expect a speed bailing follow-up. Because he was scanning the Spire, and he knew there was a third base, so maybe he was expecting a Mini to drone up instead of just getting pure units.
And that was not the case.
That was not the case.
Got to be very careful against this. I suppose the overarching story here, if we look at just how the series is playing up, is Bunny, if you want to go through in first place, I think you need to play safe. Because this guy is very dangerous right now. He's used 2 incredibly aggressive plays in both games and is looking more than likely to do it again. I guess we'll have to find out which way this will go. Can the Liquid Bunny maintain a solid defense to advance through, or is Miniraser going to find a hole of weakness once again? Here we are, King Stage on station, the last map between these two. Down here to the bottom right-hand side is the red Zerg player. Can he make it possible? It would be a dream to go through to the round of 8. You saw the emotion earlier. Imagine it if he won this one. It's Fnatic's Miniraser. And you stare into that screen. Up here to the top left-hand side, playing for Team Liquid. Funny enough, never been to the round of 8 before. This could be his first time. Right here, right now, it's Liquid's Bunny. Okay, we're in.
So let's wait for the hedge first. No 11-11, by the way, on the map.
That would
be cool to see,
one
actually.
way to potentially end this.
I think it's a still pretty strong build, and especially if someone like Bunny, who never does it, it's a very, very good surprise for Zerg.
And if you look at the way that the drone is, the oval position, you know, probably would have worked.
Yeah, it probably would have worked. I think maybe if TLO would have been here, he could have told Bunny.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine the funniest side of this is if Miniraser opened up spawning pool first to catch a 2-Rex.
Because Hastim told him.
Yeah, he's like, yo, you got to be careful, man. He's in the 2-Rex.
I'm a TVZ expert. He's going to 2-Rex you now.
And then I couldn't wait to see the conversation after Miniraser lost, after going spawning pool first.
Yeah.
Because of Austin. Mate, believe me, I really don't think he's going to do it, Kevin. No, mate, trust me. Trust me. He didn't do it. All right, so gas after the spawning pool this time. Miniraser reverted back to how he's opened up most of the time today.
Yeah, and Bunny, Reaper, of course, followed by a CC in the factory. I mean, there's not much you can switch around as a Terran. And yeah, he's getting the second Reaper as well, just in the game, like the games before. The Overlord did see the first Reaper moving out, so he knows the timing, of course. Getting the Queen and the first Zerglings. There we go.
Yeah, just 4. Likes to be a little bit dangerous in his life, Miniraser. Building 4-lings, not 6.
Yeah, that's... on Nimbus, he paid with 2 drones because of that, so...
Let's see what happens this time. He gets away with it. Great. If you don't, sucks for you.
So he scouted the gas.
Yeah. Hellion Banshee. Safe, 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 safe.
I mean, it was good last game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was slower too because he went for the Medivac and Marines first.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it could have been even better for him.
Yeah.
We'll see.
By the way,
second guess, by the way.
Why did he mix in the Medivac? He wanted to be aggressive with Marine Hellions?
Yes.
Okay,
yes. Yes. But then that backfired as soon as the Hellions got halfway across the map and they saw roaches coming their way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
2 drones again.
One drone saved last minute there.
Oh, but one of the Reaper will die, I think. No.
Oh, 2 drones. 2 drones.
Oh my god. So close.
And the Reapers get out again. But third command center is down here. And Miniraser's taking a second gas. Miniraser's still mining gas right now. Is this the sign of it? We see the starport coming in here.
What are you doing? Roach for an in-baneling nest?
I think so, my friend. I think so.
The Reapers, such a good control by Bunny there. He didn't get the 2 more, but
Hellion and starport coming in despite third command center. No, layer.
Lair? Okay.
Okay, so the 2 branches he's gone down today was the fast Spire or the fast Roach speed. Obviously, you're utilizing what the layer can give you.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Does he want to reattempt the Roachling again with Roach speed? Does he want to try Spire?
It's a very wide open natural area.
Yeah, much different to when he tried it earlier.
Yeah. Nimbus is I guess Nimbus is one of the worst map where you can do the roach attack because the ramp is so narrow.
But
it's
this
like
is Hellion Banshee. Unless Miniraser is inside Bunny's head saying, this guy's going to play Hellion Banshee, man. He's so worried. And then if he opens up Spire Play being a good build against Hellion Banshee, there could be this element of mind game playing through.
Yeah, it could be.
With the no Roach Warren coming down, it seems to be.
He's getting the 3rd and 4th gas. Yeah, I think it is.
And this could work out marvelous for him. Obviously, Mulas kill Hellions and Banshees, and then the lack of Marines turrets via no engineering base.
Do you think he should sacrifice the Reapers and just try to run into the main base? Like both of them?
Yes.
You want to see, maybe you can find out. He's trying, but good
stopped here.
Good catch.
Where does he scan? The Spire is off to the right-hand side here, and very smartly placed here by Miniraser.
Oh, yeah.
Missed. Very smart position there. Baneling Nest as well. Is it going to be the same type of move? Lots of damage with the Mulus to slow him down and then into come crashing through with Zergling Speed and Mulus.
It could be. I mean, the 3rd base is still delayed from Miniraser. He wants to take it now. The drone, he's going to take a 3rd hatch. He's on 43 drones.
I have a feeling he's going to do the same. Or very similar, of course.
It could be, yeah.
But let's have a look at the setup from Bunny here. Did he got 1 Banshee?
Bunny is walling up very...
And stop Cloak. Sorry. Bunny started to switch away as soon as he saw this is 2-based. 1 Banshee, no Cloak. He was getting more than both.
That's a good call, I think, because you know if the Zerg stays on 2 base, it's either 2 Evo Chambers upgrading or the lair. And if the lair is there, they have an Overseer very early on. So the Banshee still gets some damage while he pulls all drones.
Yeah. There's a
Can you see the Spire? Yep.
Time to build those turrets, bro.
Ding, 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 ding.
He gets the scout finally here.
He even gets the turret already,
Yeah. So 1 on the natural there, and he knows that he's got to be very careful here. Come the Mutalisks.
That was a very, very important scout, so...
Yeah, and even getting a couple more drones here, trying to save them with building spore crawls in the main base, but you can't build infinite spores here. 2 get built, Mutalisks almost out. 7 more drones here. I wonder if he does do the same attack, because he never got the Baneling speed, so maybe he's just going to fall back to Evolution Chambers shortly or something.
Yeah, he has to, because now the Mutas have to chase the Banshee. Or actually, they don't care, but they just fly over. But he won't take damage, right? There should be...
7 Marines. There's definitely still holes. There's not turrets everywhere.
Yeah, I wonder why the 2nd and 3rd turret is so late. He's just now adding a... What is... Bunny is losing a few Hellions in the middle of the map.
Yeah. There's definitely holes. There's no turret in the mineral line. There is a hidden Widow Mine and delayed 3rd command center.
You shouldn't attack the CC, I believe.
Yeah.
Is he morphing Banelings now? That's the question. No, he's getting 1-1. So the Zerglings are just there to support the Mutas.
Yeah. Nope. Got to be careful there. But yeah, nice switch up here from both players, adapting to each other. Of course, one of the best things about StarCraft, really, seeing the strategies evolve as we go on. And harassment continues here. So, or should I say begins into the SCV line. 1-1 upgrades now coming in for Miniraser. He's going to take his extra gases on the 3rd soon. Obviously, he's going to start to get Baneling speed soon, obviously, because he's going to go into a normal game from this point. But was the fast layer worth it, do you think, here? Do you reckon... Was it...
Not yet, I guess. Yeah. He needs to do more damage.
Oh, Lings and Mulus maybe in the main.
They're running into the natural. All the Marines out of position. Oh my god, Bunny. This is... The Marines! You have... Oh, okay, he's running out again. I think he should have stayed and tried to kill a lot of SCVs, but he didn't realize that Bunny was a little bit slow on reacting.
But the problem is, when you dedicate to this, because as mentioned before, you fall so far behind with your upgrades, you really need to slow this guy down. But I don't have that sense of feeling where he really slowed him down a lot.
Oh, that's true.
2-2 is on the way. If Bunny sits around and just gets up to 2-2, then pushes, he's going to be so strong. He's to move out with now.
Yeah, it's actually more than 30 Marines, 3 Medivacs, and a Banshee. The Banshee is not helping too much, obviously, because it's basically dead. But the Marines with combat shield, not quite finished, but it will be before the fight starts.
Yeah. All right, these Baneling hits need to be good, but without Baneling speed, it will be hard to do so. Great control with these Mutalisks, picking up what he can. He's brought down 1 Hellion, tried to bring the other one down. Widow Mines are going to place themselves in crucial positions here. Miniraser needs to come from 2 angles here. He can't come from 1.
Now, Bunny is a bit scared of the Banelings, and I think that's a good reaction by him to fall back.
He's got his 2-2 timing to fall on. He doesn't need to do this now.
That's right. There's no reason to try to waste your units into the Zerg. Especially because the creep spread is decent, so it's very hard to deal damage right now. Maybe you can pick off the 4th, but It's probably
that's a big win, though, if he can get that, but it is risky to do so.
Yeah, it might be too late now because Baneling's speed is done, but
Oh my gosh, wait, Miniraser can come around from this. Where is he going?
I have no idea.
The fourth is in trouble, and Miniraser, I mean, Bunny scans backwards because he knows, he's like, where the hell is this army?
Yeah, half of the army is across the map. The Banelings are following... no, the Banelings are at home. Yeah, the Banelings are at home.
Oh, if Bunny isn't careful here.
Oh, they were...
Wow. Yeah, good scan there. Sees what's going on, but at the same time, Miniraser is in his opponent's third base. I remember the importance of this map. 1-1 each.
No, the Mutas
going down.
No.
Oh, we've seen this once again. Deja vu, anybody.
Yeah.
Mulas go down, and good spread here from Bunny as Miniraser comes crashing in. And just look at the supplies here. And this isn't the real attack either, as 2-2 is very close to finishing. A lot of that gets cleaned up, but with the fourth getting picked off, no real SCV damage on that third base either. And Bunny is building up to an attack. I'm afraid Miniraser may not be able to stop.
No, and this game, compared to the happy best of 3, Miniraser didn't start his 2-2. He just started the +2 melee. He didn't have the money for the carapace. He actually has a lot of minerals and gas. Is he lacking the lava injects? No, he has 13 lava right now. Oh my god.
Boy. And
Yeah.
there's another one there as well, isn't it? Oh no.
No, there were 13 kills and 1 kill.
Oh gosh. Here's the push though with 2-2. Going to be incredibly difficult to stop here. Army supply 92 in favor of Bunny.
He will fall apart for sure. This is so hard to stop, I think. And the Zerglings are actually greeting the Marines in the middle of the map.
Banelings
Oh,
here.
the Banelings!
Goodbye, Banelings. 4 or 5 Marines, that's it. Lings running around, but there's reinforcements around about, I think.
Yeah, that...
Yeah,
I really have to question the counterattack of Miniraser. Was that necessary with the Mutas and Zerglings? I mean,
maybe he's
wasn't...
hoping Bunny comes and chases for a little bit more, but Bunny's looking to break up here through these rocks and get onto this natural. It's already been sacrificed here. The counterattack's going on at the same time here. Thor comes in with a brilliant starting hit there, but unfortunately gets surrounded pretty fast. And the wall is sealed. Marines on the other side, but at the same time, how the hell is Miniraser going to stop this army?
No, he can't. And the turrets are dealing a lot of damage to the Mutas as well, picking off one more Muta before they fall.
And Bunny's even sending a squad home here, realizing that he's obviously in a great situation inside Miniraser's base. And the Natural's exposed. Here comes the defense from Miniraser. He's got Lings and Banelings actually going to avoid that army, going into the main base here. Natural is gone, Engineer base as well.
Miniraser has a pretty big army overall, but he has to get it together.
Yeah.
There are no medivacs with these Marines, so if he can somehow get some Banelings or Zerglings across...
Oh, the Mulus again into the Marines over there. On the other side, loses a couple of them. While drops going on everywhere, and Bunny just jumps up to 175. Miniraser down to 110. Baneling comes in, gets shut down. The rest are going to deal damage, so they actually jump in the medivacs and unload once again inside the main base. But behind this, Bunny is re-establishing his second base, his third base. These units will get picked off.
And the Mutas can't even fight the medivac right now because the Marines are unloaded, so it takes another like 20 seconds before everything is cleaned up. And Miniraser has to go all in, right? Where did the scan go? Okay, the fourth.
The fourth's having a look.
Oh, the Widow Mines.
2 Widow Mines come in. Yeah, he's got an overseer with his Mulus count. He does decide to build another one here. But the army that is marching across this one, how many times does Bunny need to try and hammer this one home? Miniraser going to be in even more trouble than he was previously. Yeah, these medivacs are a gift wrapped up. And he does boost away back to his Marines, and here it comes, a force which is going to be very difficult to stop here for Miniraser. More Banelings get morphed in, as many as he can give.
Yeah, fourth base is on the way. 3-3 for Bunny is starting, or at least the 3 attack upgrade, and he's probably going to finish the game right now. He has such a big army. Is Miniraser trying to cut off the reinforcements?
Bunny's actually coming back. He's like, come on, man. Can you just fight me? Stop running around and let me fight so I can win.
Either leave the game or fight. But don't be a douche and running around.
Don't be both, man. Just pick one. Which one are you going to do? And Miniraser comes in for the fight. Off creep, obviously the worst kind of fight to take here. And good spread here from Bunny. And with these upgrades, he's going to clear up everything. Bunny's through in first place. Congratulations. Bunny's first appearance in the quarterfinals. Congratulations, 2-1s versus Harston and Miniraser. I think that was Harston somehow came out and was like, Miniraser, I'll shake his hand for you. And he is through in first place. Congratulations to Bunny, our first player to the quarterfinals this week.
Seems like everyone in Fnatic has a Harston shirt.
Everyone wants a Harston shirt.
But yeah, Bunny looked very solid. in all the best of threes we saw.
Yeah.
Well deserved, I have to say.
The one thing I think we have to say here is Miniraser's exhausted a lot of options as he's about to approach Happy. I guess that's something we can talk a little bit about.
Yeah, he was playing to win.
Yeah, he was playing to win. He didn't care. He was going for the win. But that does leave him slightly vulnerable coming into this, but we will talk about that shortly. But it is Liquid's Bunny who advances through in first place here today and continues his winning streak. Now 17-0 versus non-Koreans. He's also continuing his high-level performances across multiple events now. A great, great start here for Liquid Bunny. We'll see him again in the round of 8, but for now, it's his winner's interview.
Thank you very much, Apollo. Yeah, Bunny, well done. Congratulations on making it through to the round of 8 for the very first time in WCS Europe. I know how thrilled you are about that. But let's talk about the matches. Let's talk about the games themselves. How do you assess what went on in those matches? Very difficult in game 2.
Yeah, in the first game, I totally didn't expect the Roach thing. I saw him do the Mutalisk thing on versus Happy on the exact same map, and I saw the fast lair, so I was like, yeah, it's just going to be the Mutalisk again. I built a couple of turrets, and then suddenly there's like 30 Roaches at the front. But my Reapers did a lot at the start, and I think in general I managed to delay him a lot. So he was a bit behind, so I could defend it even if I wasn't prepared. And second game, I actually thought I was doing okay, but I got really caught off guard by like the no upgrade Mutaling Baneling attack. And yeah, just kind of lost it from there.
And then third map, obviously, played out perfectly in your respect as well. What were your thoughts going into that third map? Were you thinking, "Ooh, this is going to be a bit harder than I thought," or what expectations did you have?
I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to play it safe, because I think if it's like a normal macro game, I'm probably at an advantage. So yeah, I played pretty safe with the Banshee build, but I saw he had a fast lair, so I was like, oh my god, this is going to be Mutalisk, because the Mutalisk is pretty good against the Banshee. So I canceled Cloak. I kind of did some emergency things to save myself, like added the barracks on really fast, added some mines and turrets and stuff to defend. So because I had free CC and because he thought I had Cloak, he like pulled every drone when the Banshee came. He kind of overreacted, so I was in a good position after that.
A bit of mind games going on in that third game. We like a bit of that. In terms of the way that you've played this year and advanced through to different tournaments, Gfinity being one of them, obviously the main one that you've gone through, and now having made the round of 8 in WCS, how would you look back if this is it, if this is as far as you go? And I'm not saying it will be, it might not be, but how would you assess 2014 for Liquid Bunny?
Well, it's obviously so much better than 2013 for me. So I guess I shouldn't say I'm already satisfied. I still have some goals. I actually have a chance to make BlizzCon if I go far in this tournament. So that would be really awesome if I can muster up the strength to do that. And I also need to do well at DreamHack Stockholm. So right now I'm focusing on that. And then I'll reevaluate at the end of the year, I guess. But so far, so good.
Okay, yeah, my next question was about BlizzCon. I mean, feel kind of bad asking you about it, because we badgered Snoot to death about, you know, can he make it? Can he be the foreign hope in the top 16? I think he's sick of us asking about it. But I'm now going to pass that to you as the other Liquid hope. Does it feel more pressure for you when you play? Do you think about it at all? I know not during the game, but heading into a match, do you think, oh, crap, I've got to win this one to get through, to get more points? Do you think like that?
A little bit. It's really important that you try to not think like that. Try to detach yourself from those emotions so you can just play your best every single game, because that's just what you have to do. Just try your best in every game and things will go how they go. So it's a very fun thing to think about, and it's a good thing to motivate yourself that there's a chance to go to this very prestigious tournament. But up to tournaments and during games and stuff, I try to keep it out of my head.
I mean, Apollo mentioned that you're 17-0 wins against non-Koreans in a row. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't even know so myself, but yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank Apollo for the stats. One final thing then. So you've got to do well. I mean, we've already said you've got to win WCS Europe if you want to go to BlizzCon. It's almost as simple as that in a way, or do very, very well. But let me put it in clearer terms. You right now are 3 wins away from being champion of Europe in WCS.
Yeah, let's go, I guess. Only 3 wins? Doesn't sound like so much.
Perfect. not so much for Bunny. 3 more wins in WCS Europe, and he is the champion of Season 3. We'll find out how that unfolds in a few weeks' time. Dates are coming your way, by the way, for the finals tomorrow. We'll announce that tomorrow for the finals weekend. And this man will be the first man there. Liquid Bunny is your first man in the quarterfinals for Season 3. We'll be right back after the break with a very special video. You won't want to miss it.